Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to episode number 6 of Extra Time Meet the Team right here on FA Euro TV, powered by the Eastern Observer and the Blackjack Media Group. I'm Joey Jarzynka. Cannot thank you all enough for joining us here on another fantastic edition of Extra Time Meet the Team, where we meet the first team of USL League 2 here for FA Euro New York. We have alongside us 6'4", 175-pound forward from the first team, who is a part of Yes We College in the FA Euro partnership, from UMass Amherst, number 18, Filippo Begliardi. Filippo, how are you? And thank you so much for joining me here this afternoon.
Hey, Joe. Thank you for having me here. I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, man, really good. And I tell you, after your third goal to put the bow on top of the game last night against FC Motown, following a 1 hour and 40-minute rain delay, really crazy stuff where there was some talk about possibly having to come back to complete the remaining 6 minutes or so of the first half, and then coming back and playing the final second half. Talk about how good it felt for you to get that third goal against FC Motown and give FA Euro 10 points on the season, and sitting right now 4th place in the Metropolitan Division.
I mean, last night's win was a great win. It was a great victory. We needed that for the morale of the team, for the excitement, for the points in the league. So we really needed that win. I mean, it came out of we had the rain delay, so it was a little bit stressful to wait an hour and a half. But we knew we had to stay focused and come back strong, and that's what we did. Personally, that goal was some sort of a relief because as a striker, when you don't score, it's always annoying, but it's how it is. It's our job, I think. And it was good to score. It was good to end the game, because that also was felt really good. And now we're on to the next one. So we keep on climbing the table. That's what we want to do.
So let's make a quick little U-turn here, and let's talk about a little bit more about you personally and how you got here to FA Euro. So let's start this off with quarantine and COVID, because obviously the USL first team as well as FA Euro as a whole did not really operate for nearly 10 months because of COVID, and Italy has been and was struck really hard with COVID-19. Filippo, how were you and your family during quarantine back in your hometown of Ravenna, Italy?
I mean, Joe, quarantine, like everywhere in the world, was a big hit. We weren't able to go out, so even to go out, I don't know, grocery store was a struggle. So we all got the hit. Personally, I wasn't able to really train either until later in the season. So it was a little bit of a struggle. So soccer wise, I mean, I went to play in Greece in the fall. So I played there until December. So I was able to keep playing, and that was excellent to keep my shape up, And then January I had to kick off my season at UMass, and we did great there. So quarantine really affected me for a few months. I was able to still train and kind of keep my head focused on something, because when you're in quarantine, when you're locked in your house and you really have nothing to do, it's even mentally it's very stressful. So I think it was important for me to kind of find something to do, and soccer was my way out, soccer and schoolwork. So that really kept me busy.
You bring up a perfect point, Filippo, about the mentality part, and really the mental health of COVID. And for you personally, you had brought up how it was obviously, tough mentally for you as well as for many others across the world, that really it's not spoken about enough of. And for you, getting soccer or having soccer as a detour out of quarantine, and really sitting down and watching movies over and over and over again, or Netflix over and over again, you were able to do that. How grateful were you to really have that, to really have soccer as a different avenue to go down, when you also had the facilities to go to? You were able to train. You were even able to go to Greece in the fall and get prepared for the NCAA spring abbreviated season. How grateful were you to be able to do that? My goodness.
Yeah, I really was grateful. I was blessed that we had the season, and I could see it in school. while other students couldn't really do much, at least we could go out and train. We didn't really live a normal life, but it felt more normal than maybe other people in school. I remember, so I was definitely grateful for that, because as you said, it's hard when you're just like locked in your room, just watching movies all day. I think it's important to like go out and kind of relieve your stress. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt great, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity that we had the season, and I mean it all worked out perfectly. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that happened.
So let's get back to where you all started. And you started at Merrimack, who now, for those that do not know, they are in the Northeast Conference in Division One. They were in the NE10 conference that was Division Two, or still is Division Two, but they have moved up. For those Merrimack fans out there, they do know that for 5 years, according to the NCAA, you are not allowed to participate in a conference tournament as well as a Division One tournament because of that move up. So, with that being said, you were at Merrimack for 1 year when they were in the Northeast Conference, and your team was absolutely ridiculous. And for someone that works at St. Francis College, Brooklyn, we played you, and that means I saw you on the pitch at Brooklyn Bridge Park. Did not know who this tall 6'4" guy was, but I know exactly that you guys were able to just really. You guys went 9-0 in conference play in your first year. That's really unbelievable. But talk about your experience at Merrimack, and let's start when they were D2 first. Back in 2017, Filippo, just to give our fans a little bit of knowledge here of what you did. You appeared in all 21 games for the Warriors. You made 20 starts. You were also named NE10 Rookie of the Week. You were named to the All-Conference First Team as well as the Rookie Team. You were named to the U.S. Soccer Coaches Association All-East Region Second Team. And in that season, in your freshman season, you had 7 goals, 4 assists, which was perfect for second on the team. Talk about your experience here in America to start at a big college like Merrimack.
First of all, I didn't know you saw me at St. Francis Brooklyn. That was great to hear. But no, yeah, we had a great team, and I started off in 2017, my freshman year, when the school was in Division Two. That year, we had a great season. We had a team full of internationals that year, and we won the championship. We won the conference championship, and we got knocked out in the first stage of the NCAA. But at least it was a good experience for us and for me, particularly, to go to the tournament and see what it felt like. One of the first things that I felt after the tournament was that we kind of blew off like this opportunity that was given to us. So
Yeah.
for me personally, I really wanted to like go back to the tournament. Luckily, I was able to do it this year with a different school, but it was great to experience college level coming from Italy. It's a different type of soccer, I would say, but it's really fun. It's a lot of fun, and I was lucky to play in a good team. So when you play in a good team and you win games, you score goals, it's even more fun, Joe. So that's it as well. So that was my.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
it's
right.
almost like, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's similar to last night. When you win, you get spoiled and you want to win more. When you
Exactly.
lose, you get, you want to get out of your head and you want to say, we need to win. And
Winning.
now when you continuously win, again, I would just want to bring up one more statistic here for the fans
Absolutely.
watching. Filippo, you led the team with 4 game-winning goals, including in your first career start against Caldwell back on September 1st, 2017. And I am certain that you remember that exact moment when you scored that game-winning goal against Caldwell, who is also a good team.
Yeah, that's actually one of the goals that I remember the most. It's I remember 10 minutes in, first collegiate game, and I scored. It was a great feeling. I still get goosebumps when I think about it. It's like it's nice. But yeah, that was the first one, and then there were a few more down the road. So at Merrimack, I was lucky to play for an amazing team, an amazing coach. So we had a lot of fun scoring goals as well. So that was I was talking about 2017. Then 2018, we also had a good season. We lost in the championship final against a really good team, Adelphi. And then, as you said, 2019, we got a transition to Division One. and we started off. We thought we were prepared because our team was excellent that year, and that we proved that on the field. As you said, we went 9-0 in the conference. We beat some really good teams. We tied ACC schools. We had a really good season that year. And I'll always remember those 3 years at Merrimack. Those were some great memories I share with my teammates. So it was fun.
Now, when you heard the news that Merrimack was going Division One, how excited were you? Say, what was your emotion when you heard that? Because you come to America, you're playing for a Division Two school, so obviously it's a little the competition is a tiny bit down from Division One. Obviously, now you play there. We'll get to that in a minute. But when you hear that, do you say to yourself, I'm ready for that challenge, or am I going to get up and leave and head to another Division II school? What were your initial thoughts when you heard Merrimack was going D1?
Absolutely. The only feeling that I had was, I wanna show who I am. When those things happen, you wanna prove that you belong there. So that was our mindset. As soon as we heard it, we were switched on. We're ready for this, and of course, it's not the fact that we couldn't compete wasn't really a good thing for us in the NCAA, because especially after we won the conference. But at the end of the day, it was nice to kind of compare yourself to those big schools, especially if soccer is something you wanna do with your future. That's you gotta always try to play at the next level, compare yourself with the higher standards.
So 2018, again, a couple of statistics here for the folks watching. You competed in 18 games as a sophomore. You made 16 starts. You were selected to the NE10 All-Conference second team, as well as being tied for first on the team in points with 15, and you had 7 goals as well. In 2019, with Merrimack being Division One, you were in 16 games. You made 14 starts. You had 6 goals, 2 assists for a total of 14 points. And then you were tied for the team lead in shots, 45, and you were ranked second in shots on goal with 17. Filippo, when you made that transition to D2 to D1, and you see these different schools and not going against the typical Adelphi or Assumption or Franklin Pierce or Lemoyne College, these teams that are you're beginning to get used to seeing every year, or not every year, but for your first 2 years. And now you're seeing teams like St. Francis University, St. Francis Brooklyn, Long Island University. When you see those teams like that, what was the difference? Was there anything that you had to adjust your game, or was it just different opponent?
I mean, it's a different. I would say it's a different level. Maybe not particularly those schools, but when you go and play against ACC schools, you see that the level it's a different one. So you kind of have to adjust to the rhythm of soccer. And that year we recruited a lot of players as well, so we were prepared for that transition. I doubt we could have competed with the same team we had maybe my freshman year in that conference, but the team that we had that year really was prepared for that type of season. So, and of course, you are more motivated to play against such prestigious schools. So it's just like your mind just switches on. It's you don't think about who you're playing. You just play soccer, and you want to win at the end of the day. So it doesn't matter who you have in front, and when you show up at the field, you go down to play and win. So that's pretty much what we have done the whole season, and that's what we should do.
When you came, now the next thing, Filippo, is that when you came from Italy, right, and you played your club soccer at USD Class A, if that is the correct pronunciation, I doubt it is, but give us the correct pronunciation for your former club team.
Yeah, USD Class. Yeah, that's.
Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. Yeah, there. But so we've got that under wraps now. But when you made that transition and coming over to the United States and playing on a collegiate pitch, how different was it for you going from a European soccer field to playing, at an NCAA level? What was the difference for you? And for that, how did you have to adjust your game? Because obviously the American game is completely different from the European model.
Yeah, you're correct. The game is completely different. I feel like here in Italy is more tactical and maybe technical. Here is more like physical, I would say. And then like college soccer, it's slightly different than regular soccer. You know, with like substitution and all those rules, which are little things, but they kind of, I would say, they change how the game. There's like the story of the game. You know, I think it really affects it. But for me, like in Italy, I was playing with the older teammates. So I think that was the main difference. While college is all like people from like 18 to 23, 24 years old. Um, it's like a U23 type of league, you know, like people kind of want to step up and play at the next level. While in Italy, you're already playing in a first team, so it's the level. It's a bit. You play with people that are more experienced, so you kind of get to learn more. And for me, coming to America was more like showing what I learned there and kind of proving what I could do, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's very evident that you have been able to prove that your 6'4" height has really paid off for many, many teams. That includes Merrimack. That also includes FA Euro as well. But something else too, and you brought up about the ACC teams. We didn't want to, spoil that, our whole episode here, just going and focusing to UMass Amherst. But made official on May 20th, 2020, you transferred over to UMass Amherst as a graduate student. So you graduated at Merrimack with a bachelor's of business administration. You transferred as a grad student, as we said. This year, you played 12 games and you started in all of them. Your team went 7-2-3. You earned an at-large bid. Fordham won the A10. But here, let's do this: 6 goals, no assists, 32 shots, 15 of them on goal. But you led the team in fouls with 28. That's okay. That doesn't matter because you were still able to tally 6 goals, but 2 of those goals were in the regular season finale at number 25 ranked Virginia Tech. Now, Filippo, you brought up about how, the competition is greater the higher you go, but you're playing against Virginia Tech, the number 25 ranked team in the country, and you put up 2 goals. How good did that feel for your self-esteem to really just keep on going and making one final impact at the collegiate level?
Yeah, okay, Joe. Before talking about it, I'd like to point out that the statistics on foul, it's those are the foul that we drew from the opponents. I fouled, but not that much. So that was no, it's funny though. No, they missed. I don't know what they did with the stats that you.
We'll have to blame the NCAA for that one.
Yes, exactly. But besides that, no, as you said, those 2 goals against Virginia Tech, of course, they're one of the best memories I had from the season. We actually went to play that game with the hope to get a bid in the NCAA. We went there not knowing that we were going to make the tournament, so we had to get results out of that game. So we literally drove 14 hours to Virginia. Didn't take a plane. We literally drove for 14 hours back and forth in a 48-hour span. So we had to do something with it. You can just go there and get beat and come back. So that was a great experience, to be honest. So as you said, that was the result that kind of put us in the NCAA. But not only that, the season that we had this year was terrific.
Yeah.
UMass and last year didn't have too great of a season, but this year coming in, we had some talented players, and I think we proved that on the field. We played schools like UMass Lowell, URI, with some great results, and as you said, Virginia Tech as well. So I think we deserved it. We deserved it to go to the NCAA for how hard we worked and what we proved on the field. The transition was, I don't want to say hard, but like it was a higher level. So going in, I knew I had to earn my spot. While at Merrimack, maybe I knew I was going to play. Here was more like, okay, I need to prove what I can do. And I did. I trusted the coaches a lot, and they trusted me. So that was the key for me to put effort every day in and day out and show what we could do. And I'm grateful for what we have accomplished this season.
Not only grateful for what you've accomplished, but you did not win the A10, and that's okay because you still earned it at large. Fordham won the A10, but you and I were both Let's keep this in check. You and I were both in North Carolina for the NCAA tournament,
Oh,
and
really?
the difference was that I was in Wilmington, you were in Greensboro. You guys went up against Penn State. Unfortunately, did not get the result that you wanted, but getting to go and travel following months of COVID lockdowns and restrictions and the uncertainty of a college season, Filippo, and everything being moved backwards and going into and having a start of February to March for your season. How good did it feel to be able to not only go get the result against Virginia Tech, but then going back and then going to get that at-large bid and playing a team like number 12 ranked Penn State?
I mean, when we had when the draw happened for the NCAA, I still remember that feeling when our name got called up at the show. Was a great feeling, and we were really motivated. I mean, we didn't go the way we wanted to, but we did everything we could. We prepared for months for that possibility to go to the tournament, and we gave it all we had. Unfortunately, the game didn't go the way we were expecting it. Was a weird game, to be honest, but it was nice to compare yourself with such big schools and see where you stand. And to be fair, I think we're pretty confident next year we can have another shot. So it's not over yet. It's not over.
I love the enthusiasm there. Filippo, let's keep moving on here because the being able to travel, being able to go and play in Greensboro, North Carolina, and even for those that do not know, the NCAA Division I men's soccer tournament, the entire tournament that included the College Cup was in this great state of North Carolina. This is the first time ever where it would be traveled to different places. And obviously in North Carolina this year, we could say my experience, Filippo's experience was that we've had to get tested every single day. Now, with that being said, kind of getting a little of the athlete in college experience and getting the behind the scenes look of that. Filippo, you getting your nose, from what people say, violated every single day or every few days or whatnot. How difficult was it for you to be able to get back on campus, get the Q-tip stuck up your nose for 3 to 4 times a week, just like me? I dealt with it as well.
Yeah.
But for you, just to be able to get back onto the pitch here in the United States and still play soccer, were you like, all right, we're going to get it done? Or were you, fighting with it a little bit?
Well, as you said, you had to do it too, so you know what it felt. But
yeah.
I mean, we were committed. When you're in season, you know what you want. So those are just like little things. It's not a big.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
It is, but at the end of the day, if you know what you want, then everything else follows. You know what I'm saying? So
you let it happen, right?
Yeah, let it happen, and it wasn't really that tough. It was just a commitment. The same way you go to practice, it's the same way you go get tested. It's everything. When you want a result, when you want to be successful as a team, you got to do right all the little things, not just the things on the field. And we had that mentality. The team had that mentality. The coaches had that mentality, and we knew we had to get it done, and we did. I mean, also it was the fact that we could play, as I said earlier, I was grateful for it. But there were many things that we weren't allowed to do. Even going on campus to get food, we just had to do grab and go, and maybe the students could sit down and maybe chat with them, like with the friends. So we couldn't. We literally had to hang out only with soccer guys. So it's fun, but maybe it can get too much. But at the end of the day, as I said earlier, if there's something that you want, you gotta go after it.
That's it. That really is the best way to put it. And especially with not a lot of freedom during COVID, you got to do what you got to do to eventually get to that goal. And you guys just did exactly that by heading to the NCAA tournament in Greensboro against number 12 Penn State. Filippo, let's keep moving forward here. Yes, We College is a proud partner of FA Euro New York. And the founder of that, Nicolo Baudo, he's also a vice coach for this first team, and you are a part of Yes We College. Talk about how you got started with them and how you made this trek here to FA Euro in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, so of course I'm here in that FAU thanks to Yes We College and Nicola Baudo. I was actually one of the first students with also Cesare to come and Francesco to come to the US through the agency, and so we kind of were I would say the pioneers, the first one to come to America and kind of set the tone for the rest of the guys. Now the guys have it easy.
Right.
I would like to say that, but for us at the beginning it was hard to like find maybe the right school right away. So it took some time, but I think both me, Cesare, and Francesco did a great job. I would like to point that out. But no, Yes We College is an agency that places Italian players to prestigious schools in the US. Otherwise, it would be extremely difficult to get accepted into the schools and to let coaches notice yourself. It's a hard process, and Nico does an amazing job every day, placing guys and working for us, finding us opportunities. So I'm very glad I found Yes We College when I first decided to come to America. And what else can I say? I'm playing soccer and I'm getting my degree in very prestigious schools. I think I can ask for something better.
And on top of it, too, Filippo, you are able to play in the summer here in the greatest city in the world, or as they say, greatest city in the world in New York. And you're playing for a team right now that is 3-1 in the standings, having lost 3 consecutive games since then. You have won your previous 2 against Westchester and FC Motown, respectively. Filippo, you brought up your teammates in Cesare Marconi, who we had on the program in episode number 2, as well as defender Francesco Caorsi, who for those that were watching the post-game interview last night, we did have a couple of chuckles. We'll be able to play that shortly for you. But yesterday, the two of you were talking about, you both scored a goal. We discussed that earlier. But talk about, though, you're able to really have almost like a tight-knit family. And from what a lot of the folks here at FA Euro have seen this year, including myself, who's been around for the last 5 years, is that it's very tight-knit as opposed from different seasons. What do you see here with this first team that you normally would not see elsewhere in a summer league?
I mean, here, Joe, we're like a family. I live with Cesare, Francesco, and Luke and Christian, and but we hang out with the rest of the guys who live not that far from here, and we're a unit. We're always together. We enjoy spending time together, and I think that that does a lot to the group too, and to the results as well. I'm very grateful to be here, as you said, in the best city in the world, but I think also in the best group of guys, I would say. I'm very grateful for that, and we have a lot of fun on and off the field. So, time goes by pretty fast, and we're already halfway through the season, and we're enjoying it a lot. So, I'm excited to see where we can go from here. Of course, we gotta get the next results, to keep going as far as possible.
It's really crazy stuff. Now, one final question here in the FA Euro category is that for you as a grad student, you have a lot of senior leadership, while some on the team do not. Some are freshmen in certain colleges as well as sophomores and whatnot. What is your message? And you may not say it to the team, but what would be your message heading into a crucial game on Sunday against Cedar Stars? And let's not forget, Cedar Stars is ranked number 2 in the division right now. So it's number 2 versus number 4 on Sunday. What is your message to the rest of your team heading into a crucial game on Sunday against
So,
Cedar Stars?
Joe, when you play these games, I think like you're already motivated. I don't think there's too much to add on it, because sometimes it can get too much. But what I would like to say maybe to the younger guys is to really enjoy where we are right now, because it's exciting, going to play against such a good team and possibly making the playoff. It's exciting. So it doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't happen all the summers to be in such a good team and compete for something. So my message is to enjoy it, to enjoy where we are, and make it memorable. So I think we're ready for the next game, and we're ready for the games ahead. We're not done yet.
Amen to that. That really is fantastic. All right, so let's get into the 85th minute of our chat here on Extra Time Meet the Team, ladies and gentlemen. And Filippo, we're going to end off with these final few questions here. For those, we brought this up yesterday actually with fellow defender Mac Nagger, and something at his former school in Iona where they always ask about favorite athletes, person or people you would like to meet the most, as well as career goals, favorite foods, favorite TV shows, etc. So we're going to throw you on the spot, Filippo, and ask you 3 questions about what you love. And let's start off with number 1. Who is your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete has to be LeBron James.
Okay, so favorite athlete is LeBron James. Now we're going to ask question number 2 is going to be, what are your career goals, either after soccer or during soccer? What are your career goals?
My career goal is trying to play at the next level, whether it's here in the U.S. or back in Europe. But that's what I would like to do in the next few years.
And one final question: what is your favorite meal of all time?
Pizza. You can't have not even a question. Come on, Joe.
So pizza is your favorite dish of all time. Now we'll ask.
I'm talking about a good pizza, though. I'm talking about a real Italian pizza.
See, now, because you're here in the United States, we still have to ask you this question, though. Because you're in New York, have you ever had Chicago deep dish pizza?
I actually did. I've been to Chicago before, but no, don't get me there. No, I'm not gonna say anything else. I did have it, but I'd like to stick with my Italian pizza.
Ladies and gentlemen, FA Euro, USL League 2, first team forward, 6'4", out of UMass Amherst, graduate student Filippo Begliardi. Filippo, thank you so much for coming on here this afternoon. And we'll see you on Sunday against Cedar Stars. It's going to be a fun one. Really appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you very much, Joe. It's always a pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, one final time, on the bottom of your screen is the ticker where we've got the next 3 games up ahead on the schedule. Right now, FA Euro sitting 3-3-1 with 10 points, tied in 3rd place. FC Motown does lead the charge, though, in 3rd place with 1 less loss than us, FA Euro. Ladies and gentlemen, one final time, Filippo Begliardi, I'm Joey Jarzynka. For all of us here at FA Euro, as well as the Eastern Observer and the Blackjack Media Group, we'll see you next time.